Hello! Welcome back to the floor. It's been a little bit. I've been busy as of late. Um so what's stopping me at the moment from uploading like more gaming videos, stuff like that, like I've teased a little bit and been wanting to do, is money for hardware. Um I need a couple of external drives, at least one, in order to store video files. Because if I don't, I'm going to clog up my hard drive very fast. Video files are massive, especially when you have to compress them and overlay audio files. Probably I did, although look, microphone. So one piece of hardware out of the way. Um, yeah, trying to work on the other stuff. To that note, that's what I've been busy on. I now need money to start up another little something something on the side, uh, where I will be basically selling stuff that's made to order through another company. Um, and all I'm really going to be doing is image generation for the stuff that's sold. And yes, it's going to be AI image generation. But to anyone who would frown at that, I would say, too bad. I want money. If you are in a spot where you can care about where the art comes from that's being sold, that has nothing to do with you, then congrats. But I'm not gonna be stepping on any trademarks or any characters or anything like that. It's all just gonna be really basic, almost clip art type stuff, like an I Hate Mondays mug or something like that. Not with Garfield. I know that's where everyone's thoughts are going. Not with Garfield. Um, oh yeah, by the way, you've probably noticed I got a haircut. I was tired of dealing with long hair. It was getting in my face all the time, being really annoying. Hi, B. Hi, B. What you doing? B is here. Hi, B. She's gonna hang out for this, I guess. Maybe not. Just stopping in. Yeah, I got a haircut. I was tired of my hair getting in my face. And it sure does look. Um, it was kind of funny. The lady who was cutting my hair said that she was trying to avoid giving me the douchebag haircut, but when it finally happened, she was like, "Oh well, you don't look too bad with it." I was like, "Thank you for being generous," but it's fine. My original plan, honestly, was just shave bald because I wear a hat most of the time, but this looks decent enough that I don't have to wear a hat when I go outside, and it's easy to maintain. I can just sweep a comb through it. So, also, bicycle. I got a bicycle. So my legs aren't going to be as chickened as they are currently. Which is not to say that they are disproportionately chickeny to the rest of myself necessarily. They're just a lot smaller than they used to be because I used to bike a lot back when I was younger, and I've missed being able to do that. I would be going on longer rides if I had a Bluetooth capable MP3 player. So I'm working on getting one of those so that I can exhaust myself on my bicycle more. Because, good lord, cardio. Oof. Haven't been doing enough of it, clearly. Because the rides are tough when I do them. That's also because I kind of refuse to take it easy. I'm the type of cyclist that has to be pumping the pedals just as much as I can uh, the entire ride. Like I will fully jello my legs in these early weeks. I'm sure I did on the last couple. I also don't. I stay on like my bike. It's got the full gear set, so I'm on the middle set of gears, the second set of gears on like gear 6 or 7. I don't change that like at all. I probably should a little bit more just to avoid issues with the chain in the future. But like going up hills, I try and build up enough momentum beforehand to make it up. And if I don't, then I just try and power through it because I'm stubborn. And that's what I used to do, and that worked for toning up my legs back then, so it'll probably work again. Yeah, that's a little update on what's going on. Further update, just because I like to ramble on a lot. That's what these videos are for the moment. This is me talking at a camera. So if you enjoy that, thank you. If not, sorry. Maybe the other parts of the video will be more entertaining, but probably not. Forgot what I was rambling about. Oh yeah, games I've been playing. Deep Rock Galactic Survivor just got an update. Assault Pits. I got all 3 of the little bonus objectives done on my first dive with the driller, and I was really happy about that. It's fun. Oh man, the new biome is cool. I like it a lot. Haven't been doing a ton of that. I just got off Baldur's Gate 3. I have opinions on that game. They might not be popular opinions, but I have opinions on that game. One, my main opinion is that it is a watered down version of Dragon Age Inquisition. I was very disappointed when I finally spoiled stuff for myself. I was trying to avoid spoilers for the game for a long time because everyone had said, "Oh, it's like the best RPG of all time. It's so good." It's not. So I didn't do any spoilers or anything. But while I was looking up just like a guide on the section that I was in, I stumbled across the fact that the max level is 12. Now, being as how it was based off of 5th edition Dungeons & Dragons, I had previously assumed that the max level was going to be 20. And now, mind you, the only things that I had really seen on this were like the trailer for the game, and then that one video of the dude who... What was he playing? Like a halfling? Just like 4 halflings that were just absolute psychopaths. He just blew everyone up with barrels or tossed them off cliffs and that funny content that wasn't very in depth. You know, it was just quick, like little boom, boom, everyone's dead. So I didn't realize that the max level was 12. I had been planning on putting 10 levels into Fighter, 10 levels into Wizard. So finding out that the max level was 12 was a bit problematic. So then I started looking up builds and whatnot, and realized that multi-classing, which was something that I had previously been very excited for, was not nearly as viable as I thought it was. To the extent that I wanted it to be, or expected it to be, you could say. And I was very disappointed by that fact, to the point where I was like, wait a minute, let me reevaluate everything that I've done in this game, and everything that I would want to do in this game, might have expected to do in this game. So I looked up how many weapons you can craft, and armor sets you can craft, and come to find out, the only weapons and armor you can craft in Baldur's Gate 3 were things that I had already done. The Masterwork weapon, which Wasn't very masterwork in my opinion. Very minor damage upgrade to a weapon that just a basic weapon, and it silences stuff on hit, which yeah, it's nice, but it didn't look amazing. It looked neat. It didn't look amazing, not masterwork. And the way that it the way that the masterwork weapon was made, as a blacksmith, kind of pissed me off. Like, I get it's a fantasy magical weapon, whatever, but like, if you care enough, you can look into that. You can read into all of the details on that nonsense. Watch a cutscene or whatever. But it's not. That's not how weapons do. That's not how the making of them do. Magical forge, whatever. There were so many better ways to incorporate the materials into the weapon to make it masterwork. Anyways, getting off track. The other quest was to make adamantine gear, which sounds cool. You have to go find the molds, which are effectively schematics, and the way that you make it is really, really cool, honestly. It's a boss fight, and kind of a difficult one if you don't know the secret to cheesing him. Hello again, B. Which I just looked up because I didn't want to deal with that. I wanted to make the adamantine stuff. But the guide that I looked up said that, B, you're entirely in the way. Thank you. Said that there were only 2 pieces of mithril ore to make the adamantine stuff. Now, mind you, a full set of gear, armor at the very least, assuming you just want armor and not, a shield to go along with it, like I was using, would be 4 pieces. Helmet, armor, gauntlets, boots. If they wanted to be really fancy, since there's a spot for the cloak, maybe they could have put in like an adamantine chainmail cloak. Wouldn't that have been neat? So 5. Then a shield, 6. A weapon, 7. There are 2 pieces. Dumb. Most of the game is exploring, walking around, maybe minor combat encounters, maybe minor dialogue encounters, minor quests. Not very many quests. Certainly not to the extent that I would have expected, and the exploring is not as cool as I would have preferred because you don't really get much of a view. You're looking at it from a top-down perspective, but in such a manner that you don't really get a good look at anything unless you're really trying to. Which kind of bothered me. Like, what's the point of putting in all the beautiful scenery that you would expect of a Dungeons and Dragons setting if you can't even easily see it? You are interrupting this recording a lot, B. I love you, but please. Vibio, I'm trying. It's the first one in a little while. And then, no end game whatsoever. That was what really killed it for me. That was what was the final nail in the coffin and the thing that made me go, oh, okay, so I'm just not going to finish this game. I'm done where I am. I'm going to delete it once I log into my computer again. What is the point of making a really cool build on a not really a high-level character, considering the max level for normal 5th edition, but a max level character for the game, because when you beat the final boss, the credits roll, apparently. So you can't continue to play after you beat the final boss. You can reload your earlier save or make a new character, I guess. But it's like, so what's the point? So what's the point? Why bother? Like, I wanted something. When I hear the best RPG of all time, I expect to at least be able to play after I beat the main quest line. That doesn't seem like a big ask. Skyrim did it. Fallout 4 did it. Fallout 3 did it with a DLC. I wish Fallout New Vegas would have done it. Oh my lord. but did Dragon Age Inquisition do it? I don't know. It's a really, that's the difference too. That's a really, really long main quest line, and I never actually finished it because I put the game down for a while, and then when I picked it back up, there's another big difference. I had so many quests that I didn't remember what the hell I was doing. I barely remembered the controls for all of the different powers that I had on my, not even max level character, high level character, but not max level, not by any means. So I was like, oh man, I'm gonna have to start a new game. And I've done that like 10 times at this point with Dragon Age Inquisition, and then just set it down because it's like, oh my god, there's so much stuff to do, and I was busy. Back when I was picking this up more regularly, I had an actual job that I was going to do, so I didn't have the time to pull all-nighters on a game. I've put, like it said, 54 hours into Baldur's Gate 3. And that's exploring every little bit of every single map possible. Like, doing everything. And I'm almost completely through Act 2 of 3. There was a point, there's a cutscene that popped up on my YouTube feed since I've been looking up Baldur's Gate stuff, where one of the characters breaks the fourth wall and says something about it being like a 100-hour adventure or less, and I'm like, 100 hours? How would this take you 100 hours? How in the world? Like, I can see 75 at the absolute most. You're being generous. 100 hours. I expected like more than that. I don't know. I expected more than that. My minimum number of hours on my average Skyrim character that I actually got invested with back when Skyrim, first came out, and the first couple of times I played it, my main character has like 300 or 400 hours on it. My secondary characters have like 150 to 200 hours on them. And there's like 4 or 5 of them. I've played a lot of Skyrim. I know I've Skyrim for a few years. So when I say I was expecting a better RPG than Skyrim when it was touted as the best RPG of all time, I think Skyrim is a fair comparison. It's not exactly the same type of RPG, but there's a lot of RPG elements in it. The crafting of things, the enchanting of things, multiple quests, lots of locations to explore, dungeon crawling. That's another big thing that I expected out of Baldur's Gate 3. It's a Dungeons and Dragons game. I've only been in, like, how many actual dungeons have I been in now that I think about it? Not many. Not nearly as many as I would have expected. And certainly not any that were, like, not part of, like, a main quest element. Most of them were main quest elements. Which was... It's like, come on. I want to go... if the main thing is to go explore everywhere, have some locations for me to go in. Even fucking Diablo can manage that. Even the new one, the trash one. They've got plenty of little dungeons for you to run into. So that was frustrating. But since I'm not going to be playing that anymore, I will have more time to focus on working out, which is something I should do in this video now that I'm 20 fucking minutes in. Because I've been neglecting my push-ups, and that's a problem. That's not a thing that I should do. So I'm going to do some push-ups. Because push-ups. There's a quick little 20. I'll do another 20 to finish off the set here in a second. For the sake of it, I guess I'll take the shirt off just because I know people like to see that, I guess, and progress worth checking. Not a lot made since last time, I don't think. You can kind of see the abs. The light is not being generous from this angle, but I will say, if you were to compare this to, I don't know, how many months have I been doing this now? It's been a little while. I haven't been working out on camera consistently, but I have been working out pretty consistently. Again, neglecting the push-ups, which you can kind of tell in the collarbone area. It's getting a little thin, which is not ideal. Now that I look at myself on camera again, because believe it or not, I don't be spending too much time throat clogging. Excuse me. I don't spend too much time checking myself in the mirror. I'll check, like, I don't know, every few days to make sure that I'm not putting on any crazy amount of weight or anything, but like, I don't spend a ton of time. But still, speaking of putting on weight, I think I've put on a little bit in the lower ab section. Lower, I don't know, this bit. The love handles here. They're there. Now, I'm not fond of them, and I wish they would go away, and they haven't yet. They will, eventually. But, yeah, this is going to help with that. Then I can show off my legs with confidence once I get my cyclist quads back fully, too. That's another thing. I don't know if I've talked about this on video, but my buddy and I did a little grappling wrestling. That's not even. I meant to say grappling match, but I was thinking wrestling match. I'm not the brightest bulb in the batch. And that was kind of fun. I got a rug burn out of it. He got a rug burn out of it. He screwed my knee up real bad. He put me in a knee bar, and I was limping for a couple of days afterwards. Now, see, you might be thinking, oh, so you lost. No, I won. The problem was I was so hyped up on adrenaline that I did not notice him put me in a knee bar. I spent most of the match trying to choke him out, and then when he slipped out of that, I tried to wind up his arms a little bit. He tried to like pick me up off the ground at one point, and at this point, because I was trying to grab one of his arms, so he's trying to like pick me up like this. And I was like, oh, I know what to do it here. So I just kind of roll and throw my leg over his neck and try and put him in an arm bar, which was really, really funny. And I really wish I would have recorded it. I'm going to record the next one. So that's something that you can look forward to if you care about that. Because he was like, oh, no, I don't want this. And I'm sitting there with a massive maniacal smile on my face like, I do, I want it. But he slipped out of that. He was like, okay, I'm slipping out. I was like, okay, fine, I'll just go for your ankle. And I put him in an ankle lock, and he tapped very quickly to that. So I won our little match, but I felt very quickly afterwards like, oh man, I don't feel like I won that because you done fucked my knee up. But it was funny because he said he wanted to start with like this, with our hands interlocked like this, and I was like, immediately as I grabbed his hands, I'm just like, are you sure you want to do this? And he immediately was like, oh no, because he remembered my favorite Mercy move. Mercy, for those of you not familiar, is a game where you and another person interlock your hands like this, and the idea, the most basic idea, is whoever squeezes harder makes the other person say mercy. But there's some techniques that you can apply. My favorite of which is you twist their hand and then crank it up. So basically the motion that you make is just this. You twist your wrist like this and then do this. And if you do it hard enough, theoretically you could break their hand. But he has really strong hands. So as soon as I brought that up, he was starting to push me back to not get locked in that. So of course I do this. He's starting to push me back and put me into it. So I'm like, okay, we're gonna change positions. And I just started twisting his arms up. Unfortunately, in my adrenaline-fueled state, I forgot all of the footwork that I've ever known, and he didn't. So he was trying to get us to the floor. But as soon as we got to the floor, I'm putting him in I got him in it wasn't even a good one. I just put him in a chokehold like this. And I was just like not letting go. That's how he got his rug burn, by the way. It wasn't from the rug. He got it across his face, slipping out of my arm, because I was just like, nope, I'm not letting go of you at all. And this was after it felt like several minutes. It was probably more like just a minute or so of him trying to get my hands off of his hands, because he told me afterwards, he was like, I let go immediately, but you didn't, and it was a problem. So that was really funny. And kind of validating for me in a sense, because I've always thought to myself, the plan is, if I ever get in a fight, I'll eat a punch to the face as long as I can grab onto your wrist, because you ain't getting that arm back. And I'm thinking to myself now, man, there's so many other little joint locks and things that I could have done if I would have kept a clear mind. But see, the thing is, I got excited. That's why I was so fueled with adrenaline, because I had never done any of the things that I did to him on another human being before. I've never put anyone in an arm bar. I've never put anyone in an ankle lock. So the fact that I have put people in headlocks. I should point that out. I've put a lot of people in chokeholds back in my scouting days, because the way that we used to entertain ourselves on campouts when we were really bored was to wrestle and do stuff like that, and we would get each other in headlocks and start screaming stuff like alpha male, alpha male, alpha male. Fun times that the Scoutmaster probably would not have approved of if he knew that we were getting up to that, now that I think about it. Yeah, he got his rug burn across his face from trying to get out of my chokehold, which was unfortunate. I felt bad afterwards. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. I did not mean to do that badly. I just didn't want to let go because I didn't really know what else to do. Because excitement. I was, oh boy, I was excited. I like mostly like sword fighting and stuff like that. I've always really enjoyed weapons and things of that nature. So I'm more confident if you put a weapon in my hand than I am unarmed any day of the week, obviously. Most people would say that, but like me especially, I know how to use a blade or something similar a lot more than I know how to throw a punch, which is sad to say. But my body seems to really enjoy fighting, because like there have been multiple instances throughout my life where in little sparring or wrestling matches or what have you, because I've never been in a real fight, and in sparring, I don't mean like in a dojo or any, just guys being guys, roughhousing, that type of stuff. I've always managed stuff where it just kind of moved automatically, and I don't know exactly what I did, but it worked perfectly for what I was intending to do. So I like to, maybe just natural born fighter. I need to join some sort of martial art at some point. My buddy has talked about starting his own little gym, which would be cool because I don't want to go join a dojo full of 7-year-olds or something and be the odd man out or anything like that. And I'm also really socially awkward, and am bad at talking to people and making friends and things of that nature. So being in a new place by myself would be very, very stressful. But before I ramble this video into an hour long, since it's already 30 minutes, I'm going to finish up these push-ups. And get myself going on other stuff. So, here we go. 6, 7. Let my abs go there at the last bit. It's really hard to keep them taut throughout everything, but still, there we go. That's a total of 40. That's a full set, I guess. So arms are looking halfway decent, I have to say. I think I've made a decent bit of progress there. It doesn't look terrible when I do this type of pose anymore, and that one's just kind of always worked for whatever reason. I think it's because my collarbones protrude a lot. I don't know if that's a good thing, but there's the update. There's what I'm doing. I'm gonna put my shirt back on because it feels awkward to talk with it off. But expect a variety of content in the future, because if I start making money off of this little side gig that I'm doing, that'll open a lot of doors for me. And I'll probably be able to start doing stuff that is more interesting. Excuse me. Ooh, exercise worked the gas out of me. Both to myself and hopefully to you. So, we'll see what happens, I suppose. That's going to be it. Thanks for watching. If you aren't subscribed, consider subscribing, because, like I said, interesting stuff to come, hopefully. That's it for this one. Bye-bye!